Take number two. Let's see if I can smooth it out a little bit this time. I like to do videos on the first take, but maybe the second take it'll come out a little bit better. Hopefully. Don Henley at number 36 on this fantasy playlist of April 23rd, 1990. Down from 28, The Heart of the Matter. Don Henley of the Eagles, had a successful solo career in the 1980s. His first solo album, I Can't Stand Still Now, it did start out quite promising at first. He came out with his first single was Johnny Can't Read. That was in the late summer, fall of 1982. And I remember there was a big ado in Billboard about that. They had a huge poster, huge ad on that record. I mean, this was Don Henley of the Eagles, his first solo album. But Johnny Can't Read went to number 42 on Billboard's Hot 100. But Dirty Laundry tunneled its way to heavy rotation and into the top 10 on Billboard's Hot 100, going to number 3. And didn't look back. There was Boys of Summer, All She Could Do Is Dance, and what was that song? Sunset Strip. I love that record. It had a haunting synthesizer in that song. I thought one of his most brilliant records, Sunset Strip, I believe was the name, back in 1985. But let's go to his third solo album, which is The End of the Innocents. And The Heart of the Matter sounds very much like a Tom Petty record. That's because Mike Campbell came up with the track. Mike Campbell, formerly of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, one of the original members of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, played in the group Mudcrutch with Tom Petty, before they evolved into Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Mike Campbell co-wrote this song along with Don Henley and J.D. Souther. There's so much to say about certain people that your thoughts just collide together. You can't get anything out. You can't get anything coherent out. So let's start with the basics. Part of the California sound, J.D. Souther. You think of Jackson, I guess somebody like Jackson Browne, the Eagles, Graham Parsons, Linda Ronstadt, and J.D. Souther. J.D. Souther was not a member of the Eagles. If you read about the Eagles, though, if you know a lot about the Eagles, you're going to run across that name. He co-wrote some of their biggest hits. Best of My Love, co-wrote Heartache Tonight. Victim of Love, a famous album cut by the Eagles from Hotel California, if I remember correctly, co-written by J.D. Souther. J.D. Souther went out with Linda Ronstadt for a while. He co-produced her fourth album, Don't Cry Now, which featured her rousing, great rendition of the Springfield Silver Threads and Golden Needles. And that was, early in 1974, her rendition of the 1962 hit by the Springfields. Both versions just absolutely superb. Great folk music, the Springfields, and Linda Ronstadt putting a little bit of pizzazz, energy in that record. But I'm getting off topic as usual. Here's how this song came about. The Heart of the Matter. Heart of the Matter, rather. Can't talk. It's almost 1 in the morning. I can always use that as an excuse when I mess up. It's late, as Ricky Nelson once sang. Mike Campbell came up with this record, the track. He cut the track at his home. He put it on a demo and showed it to Don Henley. Don Henley listened to it, and Don Henley started writing lyrics. And J.D. Souther, he wrote some lyrics too. And he changed the pitch. He changed the demo, changed the key of the record to fit his voice, to fit the pitch of his voice. Don Henley basically just redone the demo. But he was satisfied. Don Henley said, I've been wanting to write a song like this for years. And the lyrics just came out right. Now, doesn't something like that make you feel good when something you wanted to do for years and it all comes together and, well, you got yourself a hit record. Don Henley did. The Heart of the Matter at number 36 on my fantasy playlist, April 23rd, 1990.